Values of libraries. If we want to find documents that were stored in the panel of a class of process, what we're going to have to do is use these two tables. One of them is Campos Tabla. We already know this one. It stores all the different terms, and besides, it has a unique ID in relation to where it's being used. In this case, we can see there's a process with the ID 5 that has 3 different terms, and these are the 3 unique IDs. Okay. After that, I'm going to go to Doc Integrated Storage, and I'm going to use these IDs to filter the information. This way, we can display all the terms that are related to this panel. So I can filter maybe by one ID or by several. This way I can filter the information, and each row is going to be a document that is stored in the panel 5. So in the class of process with the ID 5. Of course, I might also want to know how to identify not only the documents of a class of process, but of one unique process. So I'm going to enter the platform, and the first thing I'm going to do is open a process. For example, here in processes, I'm going to look for one that has the ID 28. So here we can see the reference. If I enter, I can go to the panel and I can see the list with all these different terms. I have several library terms. We can see these two. One of them is called reference documents and the other one is called document. Okay, so I'm going to the SQL database, and the first thing I've done is enter this table here, Campos Tabla. We know we have all the different terms here, and I've filtered by the ID of the class of process, ID 28. So I've said when in this column here, we have panel 28, and then it displays all the information when we execute. And then here I can find the different library terms. For example, here I can find the library term that's called documents, and it's got the ID 507. And here I can see another one that's got the ID 316. Okay, so we have both library terms in the panel of this class of process, and besides we have all the other terms. But anyways, we're going to focus on these 2 library terms. So the next step is going to this table here. It's called Doc Integrated Storage. Once I'm in here, I can filter, and here I'm saying where this column here, ASC term ID, has these 2 IDs. Okay, these 2 IDs are the ones I've copied from this table here. So 316 and 507. So I've used them to filter. This way it's not displaying all the information, only the documents in these 2 library terms. Now here I can see I've got quite a few. One second. There we go. Okay, so here I've got quite a few documents, but I want to know in which process these documents are stored. So I can go to this table. It's called BPM Procesos. We've already seen this table, and I can filter by the ID 28. Now, here I'm seeing only the processes that were launched related to the class of process with the ID 28. So I can use these IDs here to filter. Now, let's say I want to see only the documents that are stored in the process with the ID 2, or let's say with the ID 13,510. So when I go back to this table here, I'm going to say and integration object ID equals to 13,510. Now we're going to execute, and now we filter the information. Now we're seeing only the documents in one unique process. We can see we have 2 documents. One of them is called import movies and the other one is called list of articles. Both of them were stored in the same library term, 316. This one is reference documents. I can always go back here and check it. So 316 is reference documents. Here we go. Now, I can also check this in the panel. Well, not here in the configuration, but in the execution. So I can always go to reports. I can monitor this class of process. This would be the one I'm trying to monitor, the second one. And if I go here to documents, I can see both documents that are stored in that library term.